Some of you need to get a journal. And you need to write down your goals. And what I want to challenge you to do, because some of you are probably not at the level of where I'm at today, I want to challenge you to get a journal. And for the next 30 days, for the rest of this month, I want you to write down the goal, write down your vision every single morning before you start your job. Before you start your job. I don't care. I got kids. I get them ready for school. I don't care. I mean, I got to go to the gym. I don't care. You see, if we keep doing the things that we're doing, we're going to keep getting the results that we're getting. And the greatest enemy to our success is our excuse. What's your excuse? You got kids. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. No. If you want your life to change, you have to do something different. I'm tired of hearing people say, I don't have the time. What I hear you saying is you do not have the time to do something that will inconvenience you, to do something that will make you uncomfortable so that you can get to where you want to go to. But here's the truth. You are allowing your comfort zone to be your kill zone. And it's only when we become uncomfortable, it is only when we are stretched that extraordinary things will happen. It is only then when we will see a change in our future. And watch this. It will be uncomfortable for the first week. It will be uncomfortable for the first 7 days. But on the 8th day, it gets a little bit more comfortable. On the 10th day, you're like, yo, then by the 20th day, it is a habit. It is uncomfortable to budget. It is uncomfortable to spend your money on paper. But now it takes me not even 10 minutes to do my budget. It has become a comfortable habit that has been life transformation for me. But when I first started, the first 3 to 6 months, it was rough because I saw the real numbers on paper. I was like, dang, Ant, you spending this much money? God darn. It was uncomfortable, watch this, to see yourself on paper. Ooh. It was uncomfortable to see that I'm spending money over here, I'm spending money over there. But at the top of my budget, financial freedom. On the top of my budget was wealth, freedom, wealth, knowledge. On the top of my budget is called building my own table. And now when I see my budget, I get excited. When I see my savings account, I went there this morning, and I was like, how much money did I get paid last month for letting my emergency fund just sit in this 4.85 interest rate account? How much money did my money make on the stock market yesterday? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know why? Because I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. And you see, when you write it down, when you write down your goals, when you write down your visions, you see it. Not only should you see it, but your mentor, your accountability partner, your loved ones should be able to see it as well. And here's number 3 of why you're not reaching your goals, why you're not accomplishing your goals, and sometimes really holding you back from really getting there, is that you don't look for help. You do not look for help. You don't have an accountability coach. You don't have a teacher. You don't have a mentor. You don't have an accountability partner. I'm sorry to say this. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend may not be your accountability partner. They may not be your coach, because most accountability partners, most coaches, most accountability partners and most coaches are going to tell you something that is uncomfortable. If your real friend has not told you about yourself, that's not a real friend. If your friend has not said, hey, man, I thought you said you was going to do this, you're not doing it. It's not a real friend. One of my good friends, Dr. Darius Daniels, and who else was at the table that day? Pastor Don. Good friends and I, we were at ILS conference, and all 3 of us went to lunch. And on this one particular day, man, Darius said, man, you was on my heart the other day, man. And he said, Anthony, you don't want to be married. He said it just like that. Love you, Darius. Love you, Pastor Don. They both said, like, man, there's no reason why Anthony ONeal should not be married. They called me out. 2023. So recently I completed my full estate plan, and I'll be real with you, while it was an emotional journey, I can now sleep better knowing my family and loved ones will be taken care of. But did you know that according to a recent study, 60% of African American adults have life insurance, yet many of those policies may not provide enough coverage to fully protect families in the event of unexpected death. The gap in coverage is a significant concern for Black communities, as it can lead to financial hardship and jeopardize generational wealth building. And we definitely can't afford that within our particular community. Now, more than ever, it's crucial for African Americans to prioritize life insurance and estate planning. By doing so, you can ensure that your loved ones are well taken care of in the event of your passing, covering funeral and burial costs, paying off debts and mortgages, and providing income to help them build true and lasting wealth. So I am asking you, please do not leave your family's financial security to chance. I want you to get life insurance today with my friends over at Ethos by visiting anthonyoneal.com/life insurance for a free quote, or by clicking the link in today's show notes. I want you to protect your family's future and give yourself a peace of mind knowing that you have life insurance today. Hey, let's get back to today's show. Listen, man, you keep saying on your show, you keep saying with us that you want to be married. They said, bro, you do not want to be married. This, I mean, give me the reasons of why you haven't found someone yet. And watch this. My mind, I'm thinking I'm doing the right things. But people who have been married for 20 plus years, they're like, yeah, bro, we hear you, but there are certain things inside of you that you're saying, we're hearing you say, doesn't align with what you're saying. So we hear what you're saying, but then when we see your actions, it doesn't really align. You come across this woman, I don't know. You come across this woman, I don't know. We're not saying settle, but what we are saying is, bro, do you really desire to be married? And even some of the things that you're saying, you're not saying the right thing, Anthony. Not on my show particular, but like in the privacy of my friends and my accountability partners. One of my goals is to meet my wife. One of my goals. And they're like, hey, bro, no, they hold me accountable. My friends don't really like coming around me sometimes because when I see them make issues with their money, I'm gonna tell them the truth. My best friend, Pastor Stephen Chandler, has called me even the year 2023, just like Darius and Pastor Don. It's like, hey, bro, man, listen, you gotta be a little bit more intentional when it comes to dating. You have to. They hold me accountable. When Stephen does something financially, he calls me. And I'm like, hey, bro. When my friends call me, they ask me a money question. One of my good friends just called me the other day and was like, hey, man, I invested into this whole life insurance policy a few years ago. But since we've grown in this relationship, man, my wife was like, man, what is AO? I think AO is not a huge fan of life insurance like that. Check with him. Man, he called me. I said, bro, you need to cancel that policy now and just get you a term life policy. You're spending $5,000 a month for a whole life insurance policy so you can have some type of investments and pull money out. Bro, you can go spend $100 at your age with your health and get a $2 million policy. What? No. Hey, another one of my friends called me. He was like, hey, man, I'm thinking about, going to buy this car. I was like, cool, bro, let's talk about it. What's your financial situation right now? What are you doing? Where are you going? Where da-da-da-da? And I told him up front, I said, hey, man, no, I don't think that'll be a wise decision to do that because of this. He didn't do it. He went and got a car, but not the car that he really wanted to get. And his wife called me and said, hey, thank you so much for talking to my husband and telling him not to go do that, because it kept us at a place to where we are comfortable. If your friend knows your goal is to do X, Y, Z, and you tell them you're about to do A, B, C, your friend should not say, hey, man, you only live once, go do it. No, your friend should be like, hey, listen, if you said you want to do this, but you're going to do this, brother, I can't sit here, or sister, I can't sit here and be like, yo, go do it. No. If you say you want to get out of debt, if you say you want to build wealth, if you say that you want to do this, I'm going to hold you accountable to what you said. I didn't say it. And if you get upset with me as a friend because I'm holding you accountable for what you said you want to do, no. You have to do exactly what you said you're going to do, and I'm going to hold you accountable to it.